Again, I'm Tino. Thanks for coming to my kitchen. So today, what we're going to do is I'm going to make some chickpeas and vegetables. My aunt taught me how to do this, and I'm going to start off with some dry chickpeas. The dry chickpeas are no different than dry beans. I soak them for at least a couple of hours. Normally, I'll soak them before I go to work, so when I come back in the afternoon or evening, they're ready. And what I'm going to use today is a pressure cooker. So this is an older type of pressure cooker. I've been using it for several years now. They can be a little scary. So these older ones can be a little scary. The newer ones are a little bit safer, I think. But these things work. They work just fine. So I've soaked some chickpeas in there for about a couple of hours. You know, just put a little bit of water. When you're using a pressure cooker like this, you don't want to put too much water. Otherwise, the water can squirt out. If you put too little, you can burn everything inside there really quick. So I just covered it with water. And again, it's been soaking for a few hours. So we're going to go ahead and close it up. And these pressure cookers kind of lock tight. And the whole purpose of it is it's going to build up pressure inside. It's going to get very hot. And it's going to cook these chickpeas. It'll cook chickpeas and beans in about 10 minutes. And once it starts to go. So I put it on high heat. I'm going to let this stuff kind of heat up. Once this little top starts to bubble a bit, I'll lower the heat to like medium heat, and I'll let it do it for about 10 minutes. So this thing just to start to bubble, so it's built the pressure. So once I've done this, I'm going to lower it to about medium heat. And I'll do this for about 10 minutes. You have to be a little bit careful with these older pressure cookers. Water can kind of spurt out, so be a little bit careful with that. But in about 10 minutes, these chickpeas should be nice and tender. So it's been about 10 minutes. So with these older pressure cookers, what you have to do is you have to put it under cold water and let the pressure drop. You put it on cold water, the pressure is going to drop, and then you're able to open it. So right now, you can't even open it if you want to. So it's under pressure. So let me go ahead and just put it under some cold water. Usually I put it underneath the sink, and then I'm able to open it. So I've done that. Now you should be able to open it up. I like to test it. 10 minutes is usually enough. It depends on the pressure cooker. I've heard anywhere between 9 and 13 minutes. So it's always kind of good to taste one of these. But it's nice and soft. It's almost like hummus, almost that soft with it. So I'm going to go ahead now, add some vegetables to it, bring this to a boil, and then maybe in about 5-10 minutes, everything will be done. So what I'm going to do is I bought some of these vegetables. I bought these at Walmart. These are bird's eye. You know, I thought my stimulus check was going to come in. It hasn't come in yet, so I got the good stuff. So probably should have got great value. So I'm going to go ahead and add some of this in there. And then I'm going to bring this to a boil. Once it starts to boil, I'll add some salt and stuff like that. And once the stuff gets tender, maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes, everything will be done. I just kind of estimate how many vegetables I want in there, to be honest. You can add any type of vegetables that you want, though. I like to use the frozen vegetables. It's just easier when you're doing it. You can add fresh vegetables if you want to. Add as many as you want or as little as you want. I did add a little bit more water in there, so the vegetables will be covered with water. I'll bring this to a boil. Once I bring it to a boil, I'll lower the heat down to low, maybe medium low. I'll add some seasonings, and then I'm done. So it's beginning to boil now. So what I'm going to do is I'll stir it up a little bit. Again, this is very simple. There's chickpeas and some frozen vegetables. I'll go ahead and add some seasoning. You can add a seasoning before if you want to. It's just a matter of taste. I'm going to go ahead and add your Tony Chatteries. I think somebody was telling me I was mispronouncing it, but anyway, we'll add this. Again, just add a little bit to it. You can add a little bit more to this than you did with kale and stuff. It doesn't get quite as salty. I'm going to add some cumin. I always kind of like to add that. Gives a little bit of taste. They always tell you now, if you do a vegan diet, add some turmeric. They say it works better if you use turmeric and some black pepper. I think the Tony Zatteries has some black pepper in there. Helps absorb better in your body. Add some flax seeds. That's always a big thing now. I think you're supposed to get your I don't know if it's omega-3s or something, but one of those omegas, I think you get it from the flax seeds. I'm just gonna add some rosemary. Just had this in the cupboard. So again, add anything that you want. Make it as spicy as you want, or you know, if you don't like it. I normally don't like it too spicy, so I don't add too many spices. I'll add some of my got some of the soul food from Louisiana. It's always kind of good. And I'll let it cook just for a few more minutes, and it will be done. You can add this if you want some rice or some bread. It just depends. Tonight I'm just going to eat this, just very simple. A couple of bowls of this for tonight. So I'll be back in a couple minutes, and everything will be done. So it's been a couple minutes, and everything is just about done. And like I said, I try to keep it simple, but you can eat this with basically anything that you want. And again, thanks for tuning in.